Hi, my name is Riley Allen. This is my review of Season 1, Episode 3 of Sweet Magnolias titled Give Drink to the Thirsty. So we start off with Dana Sue getting served by Brad a lawsuit for wrongful termination, which is like, no bro, you were caught stealing. Granted, I don't know if she has proof that you stole the alcohol or if you were the one stalking her, because I think she was getting stalked and someone keyed her car. Don't know if it was him though. Anyway, Eric comes out and knocks him down, which is all. Eric, by far, is my favorite character in the show. And I don't really think he's billed as a main character just yet. I think he's only a recurring one. So Cal finally gets Maddie and Bill down to talk about, Tyler. And for some reason, they decide that the best course of action is to not go to Tyler's games together. One of you can't sit at the opposite ends of the bleachers. You don't even gotta acknowledge each other. Whatever, though. So they decide that's their decision. So Noreen and Bill go first to the next game. And Noreen being there kind of throws off Tyler, And she is very cheering very loudly, which it's kind of sweet, but also very tone deaf. He obviously does not like her, which, fair enough, because at this point in time, I don't think Bill and Maddie are fully divorced just yet. Because, in the first episode, they were still working through the divorce, and I don't think too much time has passed. And even then, Noreen isn't even the stepmother, because they're not married. I also really don't care for Noreen and Bill, because I don't like cheaters. Bill is a piece of shit for cheating, and Noreen is a piece of shit because she worked in the same office as Bill. I mean, maybe there's a small chance she didn't know, but there's more than likely she did. Which is like, come on, man. So, Bill decides that the best course of action is for Noreen not to go, which, okay, that's great. Now we're closer to both Maddie and Bill going, which is what Tyler probably wants. He wants probably both of his parents there. Noreen kind of gets pissy because she's like, I'll cheer for our son if I want to and go to our son's game. Oh, R. Who's this R? Are you a pirate? R. And Bill points out that his mother is going to be at the game, and she gets mad at that and storms off. He pointed out a fact. Maddie is, in fact, his mother. The way it's going, she's probably going to be the stepmother, but honestly, I don't see Tyler and her having a good relationship. At least from what we've seen so far, which is fair enough. Okay, fair enough. So, this part of the episode that storyline of the episode ends with, Noreen and Bill making up, and Noreen kinda having a conversation with Maddie, kinda, before having a conversation with Kyle, giving him advice on girls, which is kinda nice of her to do. I'm gonna be honest, I think Kyle only went to her because he was too embarrassed to go to either of his real parents. We saw him kinda get shut down by Annie. So Annie is a teenager. She's very much a moody teenager this episode. I guess she misses her father. I want to know what her father did. Did he also cheat? Because she and Dana Sue get into argument, after she fails in the astronomy or whatever. And she says, are you going to throw me out for one little mistake too? Which, I kind of think that Annie, this episode, is bordering jumped the line of normal moody teenager into just being a bitch. But, whatever. I don't know, though. Also, Annie also says you fired Brad for one little mistake. Does she not know about the theft or whatever? Why didn't I don't see a reason that Dana Sue wouldn't tell Annie about that. That doesn't seem like something. I don't know. Maybe I guess she didn't really see it as important to tell her the whys of why Brad was fired. I don't know. So Helen gets a call from Skeeter, the contractor working on the house. And he basically says, yeah, there's problems out the ass. We're not going to be able to make the deadline to open. The deadline to open is the previous owner's birthday. And after a conversation with her pastor, who tells Helen that, I knew that woman. That woman wouldn't have cared what day it opens, just that as long as it brings the community together type shit. So, they're definitely, like, if there wasn't any doubts about it, they're definitely pushing Maddie and Cal together. Absolutely. She ends up calling Cal to help fix the plumbing problem because Helen ends up calling all the damn plumbers in the city, or the town, to help fix the house up, I guess. And it kind of seems like they're maybe thinking about shipping Eric and Helen together. I don't know if that's going to go anywhere. We'll see. Also, Isaac, the line cook, dishwasher, is still shady as hell. He looks dead at the camera and goes to investigate in the back rooms. Which, what you doing back there, buddy? Probably something you shouldn't be doing. He also tells Dana Sue that he has knowledge about Brad, but it cuts away. Are we gonna find out? Is it just like not important, or are we just gonna wait till a later date to find out? I don't know. I guess they're saving that for next episode. Of course, Cal got so he ends up changing his shirt in Maddie's driveway, which he's seen by one of the women, shirtless, changing his shirt. So basically by the end of the day, everybody knows that Cal was shirtless in Maddie's driveway, which, yeah. Overall, I really enjoyed this episode. It was nice. It wasn't I enjoyed it. It wasn't the greatest, but it was okay. I'm curious about where the hell Isaac's story plot line's going. I think that's the most interesting thing. I'm gonna give this episode a 7 out of 10. Maybe it's a bit too high. Maybe it's a bit too high, but I'll stick with 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you in the next video.